Nice. Would have been nice, man. Would have been nice. Would have been in theme, on brand. Predictions open. And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of side Delta, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing KranKy Z Gaming. Just took down Max Packs 2-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Team Liquid. Just took down Clem, the reigning ESL Masters champion. It is Cure. Here we go. Also true, I just realized, yes, this is a rematch from last week's ESL Open Cup Finals. There's also a rematch from this weekend's DreamHack Atlanta semifinals as well. Both times Dark did of course come the victor. That's also why I do favor him in this series, but I want to believe that, again, Cure, he can fight back, he can make him work for it, and he can maybe get his revenge as well. Oh, I do want to believe. As for now, we're getting into our openers. So far, it's going to be a Rax Expand. Rax on the high ground. Bear this in mind. Cure is very fond of going for 2 Rax openers, 2 Rax Reaper. And I'm sure we're going to see it at some point in this series. But for now, a standard Rax Expand opener. For now. Behind this, Dark is just going for a Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener himself. Not going for fast gases, or fast pulls, or any fast aggression. Important to bear that in mind because Dark did all in the hell out of Maru earlier. I recommend checking out the VODs if you missed it, but Dark did Bane bust Maru to death, which is something you don't get to see too often in this matchup. But did happen. Again, Dark more than willing to be aggressive, to be in your face. Oh no! Oh, the Reaper does arrive just in time, and the drone does morph into the gas geyser here. The third base is going to be delayed. A nice start for Cure. And here we go. Another drone is going to have to be sent out here towards that triangular third base location. Lings, they do not deal with the Reaper. They go across the map. Let's go. So Dark is going to be expanding elsewhere. He is going to be keeping the drone alive just in time. Does morph in, or remorph in, that gas geyser. Lings are going across the map. Behind this, third CC before Starport, a very economic follow-up. We do have a couple of Marines, but we are going for the SCV. Oh! And we do deny mining time, but we don't get much else done. The Marines are in position, and Cure does defend at the same time across the map. Another cancel. Another gas geyser. Oh, we injected. Oh. Dark did inject it initially, so there's no creep here connecting the bases, which means we can't really save this drone anytime soon. Oh, we do save it again, though. That's now the 4th gas geyser that's been made. As Link speed has kicked in, Lings, they do get into the main base. They get a kill on 1 Marine. They get the 2nd Marine as well, and an SCV. Good amount of damage here from Dark. But the Hellions have arrived. That's going to be the 5th gas geyser. Oh my god. Dark, he looks after his boys. He does save the drone in the end. We'll come back for you, Papi. We came back for you. Less than 3. Dark. So wholesome. Doesn't leave a man behind. The boy was saved. And the Queens, they do get in position here at the third base. Behind this is going to be 3CC Banshee, so a very standard, very meta build here by Cure. Very economic, getting into Banshee production to deal with any kind of Roach aggression. We spoke about this before in the last series, but Dark, he's very fond of Roach play in ZvT, so it makes plenty of sense to go into Banshees. More often than not against Dark. Dark can play Link Bane, don't get me wrong, but again, quite fond of those Roaches. As Hellions, they get across the map, they take a lot of hits from these Queens though. Bit of an overextension from Cure, losing 1 Hellion already. Behind this, we've got a 4-minute 30 lair timing here from Dark. This should be leading into a Baneling Nest. Baneling Nest should be on the way. The other option we can go for is a Roach form, but there it is, we have the Nest. And then this should lead into double Evo Chamber as well for upgrades. So Dark is playing Ling Bane. Meanwhile, the Hellions are getting to the middle. Oh my god. Almost getting to the mineral line. Do have to take care. Do have to be careful. As Hellions going to be threatening a dive. At the same time, Dark going for a counterattack. Bold move. Banshees have hit the field. There is a full wall off the Banshees to get eyes on the Lings. Lings likewise get eyes on the Banshees. Spores are on the way. We have a Spore in the main, Spore at the third, and a Spore in production at the natural. Hellions do get eyes on the would-be fourth base. Detection is on the way. And the Cloak Banshees are soon to hit the field. So far, Dark trying to keep up with his queens at least. Banshee's going straight for the main. I'm really concerned that the Lings are being too active on the map. As they run into a full wall, Hellions could potentially go for a dive just because the Lings are out of position. As we get one drone kill in the main. Get one worker in the main base. Behind this Dark, he's going straight for the infestation bit. This is looking similar to what we've seen before on site Delta. Dark, he's very fond of going Ling Bane into Ultra. That could be what's coming up next here. Fast infestation bit will lead into a fast lair, fast hive, into adrenal, into ultras. Now the downside here is that we are lacking anti-air. It means that if Cure goes for drop heavy style, then he can pull apart his opponent because we don't have any mutas and we don't have any hydras. We are relying on queens and vipers for anti-air. Meanwhile, we have a dropper lord on the way. Ling drop being set up here for the main base. There it is, hive in production. Still no other tech. So for now, it is at least looking like Ling Bane into Ultra. Meanwhile, drop towards the main. We are looking to move out. Likewise, drop play also arriving. The Changeling does get eyes on the Medivacs. Dark getting in position. He's aware of the drop. But I can't say the same for Cure. As Cure is not in position. Overlord slowly getting into the main. There is no Overlord speed, so it takes quite some time to get in. We're getting there. The Banshees on the right-hand side are going to be denying the fifth. Meanwhile, Dark threatening that double drop. Lings, they do get in. SCVs are going down. And Cure, he has to respond, bringing back his reinforcements. Overlord speed is in production. We do borrow some Lings in the main as well. Do love to see it forcing out a scan. At the same time, Widowmine is going to get baited out. The Overseer survives. We shut down the Widowmine. Lair is done. Sorry, Hive is done. I keep calling it a lair. Hive is done. We have Adrenal, and there it is. There are the Ultras. Again, Dark is very fond of this, specifically on larger maps. It's hard to pull this off on maps like Oceanborn or Hardlead, but on larger maps like Side Delta or even maps like, I would say, like Hecate, again, rushing into Ultras. Risky, but powerful. Meanwhile, the drop comes in. We do deny that hatchery. Containing Dark to 4 bases. Big Ling Bane counterattack here. We do get on top of the CC. Ooh, but we don't deny it. We don't cancel it. Pretty big investment there from Dark. Wasn't worth it in the end. As I mentioned before, the downside to this style is we have a couple of Borrowed Banelings. The downside to this style is that it's difficult to keep up with drop play, but Cure isn't being too active. He's got a double drop, yes, but hasn't been able to be too active with it. Hasn't achieved too much. And Dark's creep is getting a bit out of hand. It's getting out of control. There we go. Doom drop on the right-hand side. A 4th base is being taken. Dark in position. The links have been revealed. And we'll see if Cure can pull apart Dark. Dark has Lings in the vicinity here, but not too many Banelings. There we go. Cure, he is pushing. Pushing towards the north at the same time. Banshees towards the south. Widow Mines are in position. How good are the mines just going to be? Oof. Decent connections. Pretty good connections towards the end as well, but only on Lings, not on Banelings. And the drop going straight for the main base. Threatening the main. Bailey's rolling. No! Oh, a late reaction out of Curie takes some Baileys to the face. Ay, ay, ay. Across the map, he lands his 4th. Denying creep, but Dark is double expanding. 5th and 6th hatchery on the way. And he's getting away with it. So far, he's getting away with his expansions, and the Vipers have arrived. Parasitic bombs are thrown down. I mentioned before, this is the anti-air that we have to work with, and these medevacs are going to be shut down. Full medevac as well. And the Ultra upgrades, they're coming. We don't have any Ultras yet, but they're on the way. And that is the win condition here for Dark, is to survive against Ultras, to have a good economic position. Nidus in the main base finishes up, and we get into the main. Cure is meant to be the active player with drop play, but somehow Dark is out harassing Cure. Now, there's not too much here, to be fair. We get the Missile Turret, we can burrow. Links get cleaned up. But again, what's important is that Dark is maxed out. He's on 80 workers, and again, the Ultras. So Dark has to trade. He actually doesn't have the supply here for Ultras, not yet. He has to bleed out some units. Gonna chase this down. We still have a double drop here towards the south. This base is looking very vulnerable. Oh, we do have an Infestor. Oh, oh my god. Not too many Bailings. Ultras are on the way. Massive power bombs. Oh my god, how many medevacs was that? 4. I want to say 4 medevacs just went down at the same time, though this base should fall. Like, Dark out of position. This hatchery will go down. Nice pick up here from Cure. And again, the Vipers, they just spent their energy. They cannot shut down those medevacs. Cure is pushing out. Again, as Cure kills units, we're replacing them with those Ultras. Still heavily reliant on Bio. They needs to be rolling in. Ooh, trying to force some friendly fire. There's still 2 Winter Mines behind this. As Dark tries to engage, forcing friendly fire again. He cleans this up. We need detection, though. The Winter Mines are going to reset. At least 1 Winter Mine goes down. Behind this Cure, still trying to get his 4th up. Still has that double drop towards the south. This time we are in position with Ultras. Meanwhile, the Winter Mines, they reset. They take down some of the Queens. Well, they try to. Oof. There we go. Winter Mines will be shut down. Cure still on a very biocentric army, but I believe the Ghost Academy is done. There we go. Ghost Academy is on the way. Can we contaminate? Oh, we go for the change. Never mind. Go for the Changelings and the Nidus. The Ghost production is on the horizon here to help deal with those Ultras. Now, from the side of Dark, this should soon lead into Aspire. Dark has the money for it, but Aspire should be on the horizon here for Corruptors. And eventually Broodlords. 3-3 is done. But that's going to be the anti-air of choice here for Dark. Is Corruptor production. But now Dark more concerned with just making sure he has map control. Knocking down these rocks, getting ready for counterattacks, and defensively, Cure is pretty well set up here. This southern base is... oh my god, that's where the army is. Cure, he is ready to receive. Very nice spread. But here we go. Dark is pushing right towards the 3rd base. He wants to get into the mineral line. Bailings, they roll on in. Tank goes down. My shot's going to be on you up. That's going to be a kill on 2 CCs of the Bailings. They do not get into the mineral line. 11 SCVs go down, but Cure, he will hold at the same time. Another push on the right-hand side. Big mine shots. Big mine shots go off. But the Bailings, they roll in. They want the SCVs. They want the base. And they're going to get both. 19 workers go down alongside the planetary. And from here, Dark is remaxing on more Lings, more Ultras. Nidus Worm on the way, trying to force Cure to turn back around. Right now, Cure, he has an opportunity. He has a window. He has a window right now where there are no Bailings. No Bailings, no Ultras. The Lings, they try to go for a surround. Not the best trade here from Dark, but he does shut down a lot of those Marauders. That wasn't the worst trade. He's just buying time. Once again, getting on top of the army. Bailings, they crash on in as well. Cure, he's slowly breaking through, but we have the Ultras and they finally arrive. Again, Ultras take a long time to actually reproduce, but you know, Dark is able to get there. The Ghosts! Oh my god. Ghosts are saved. But we are cleaning up these reinforcements. Again, Dark is maxed out. He shut down a base. He's shutting down another as well. The Ultras, they run into the planetary, and the repairs are not going to be good enough. At the same time, Lings, they get into another mineral line. And Cure, he's being pulled apart. One base falls, the other forced to lift. 27 workers, and we just have non-stop Nidus Worms keeping so much supply pinned in the main base as well. Cure has a bit of a better fight here, cleaning up some of those Lings. But Dark, he's remaxing, coming back home here with his Ultras. He knows he can take a fight. And what do we have to deal with Ultras? We need Ghosts, we need Liberators, we need like tanks. The Ghosts, they go for a big counter-attack. They find some damage. Oh my god. Very bold to go for a Ghost run by, but he loses another base. It's going to be a kill on the CC. Mine Shot's going to be going off. The Ghosts are turning back around. They're coming back home. But these Ghosts are looking so exposed. And we go for them. There's no saving them. There's no Metamax. Do we have detection? We do. We have detection available. Half the Ghosts go down. Expensive losses here. And Darky snowballing out of control. Nice power bomb here on the Metamax. Does pull away. That's going to be 22 more dead SCVs. And GG gets called. Dark looking strong there, taking game number 1. GG. Again, with that Ling Bane Ultra style, as I mentioned before, there's a big power spike when we get into those Ultras, and up until then, that's the opportunity, that's the window where Cure has to try to take advantage of the Zerg player. But he wasn't being too active. He was going for some split pushes, true, but wasn't really too active with drop play, and because of that, Dark was able to keep up. It didn't really matter that Dark didn't have too much anti-air, that Dark didn't have Corruptors or Hydras, or he had a minimal amount of Queens. He was able to survive, able to get into that Hive Tech, into 3-3, into Ultras. And once he did, his pushes were brutal. He just could not be stopped, could not be contained. And with that, Dark takes a lead in the series. But again, a big reason for that is because of the map as well. The map was Site Delta. It's one of the widest maps, or maybe longest is the better way, like horizontal-wise. Sorry, vertical-wise. A lot of the bases are very spread out, and if you gain map control on this map, it is very difficult to defend your fringe bases. As we saw, Cure had a very hard time bouncing between his 4th and his 5th and holding on to them. The same is applicable for the Zerg player if Cure was the one with map control. But now we're going to be getting into our next game, into another large map, into Alcyone. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alcyone, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing KranKy Z Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of games to come back. It is Cure. We go. And Alcyone, this is not the best map for Ling Bane into Ultra. The reason for this, I spoke about this before. I was referring to Gressvan and how there are some maps that are quite defendable, and this is another one. This is a map that is known for its split map scenarios. This is basically the new Gressvan, and Cure this time is going to Rex Reaper. I'm very fond of this. Again, we mentioned before that Cure, I'm very fond of it. We mentioned this before, Cure is very fond of 2x Reaper. I was a little bit surprised that we didn't see it in game 1, but we should be seeing it here in game number 2. Oh, never mind. This is not 2x Reaper. This is 3x Reaper. Björn, is that you? Cure did this last week as well. He has been a lot more fond of 3x Reaper. Initially, Cure wasn't really adventurous enough to go for this, but has been spreading his wings recently. Now, with 3x Reaper, this is designed to contain. This is designed to contain the Zerg player on 2 bases and to potentially get economic damage done. This is not an all-in. You expand behind this. Should be depot into CC. So this is a way to get into eventually a more economic game. But initially, there's a lot of onus on you to get some damage done. It is committed. It's a committed open. And it can punish a Zerg player that's too greedy. The Overlord confirms 2 Raxes. Dark sends out a drone to take a third. Ooh. And hopefully he doesn't invest into it as the Overlord is making its way towards the main base to try to get a read on how many Raxes there are. Yeah, a very important scout here from Dark as he does get into the main and he does see the 3rd Rax. Which means Dark... Oh my god, he's at least aware of what's going on. Still goes for the 3rd hatchery. Bold move! The Queens are trying to hold on here on the front lines, taking a lot of damage. Again, this is very greedy of Dark, and he shouldn't get away with it. As long as Cure checks. For now, though, he's distracted by the Queens, and he is not going to get one. There we go. He rotates around. He gets eyes on this 3rd. And he should force a cancel. Again, this was a really greedy maneuver from Dark. He was trying to cut some corners and get away with a hidden base, but this 3rd is going to be cancelled, and Dark will be contained. Link's speed, though, is on the right. We're going for a bait bust! Let's go! Dark, he doesn't care about the 3rd base. He's just buying time, waiting for his all-in. Cutting works at 22. And Dark, he's rushing in. Oh, he's looking for surround on these Reapers. Does force a cancel. We'll see, can Dark catch him? Cure right next to that cliff, of course, threatening a dive out of there. And Cure, he hasn't seen the Bailey nest. Ragnarok, is that you? And we do manage to get on top of these Reapers. We will be able to shut this down. Ay, ay, ay. Every Reaper is going to fall. And back at home, what do we have? We have a 3-1-1 setup. No bunker. No bunker because Cure didn't scout. For all he knows, he just got cleaned up and now he's ahead because he denied the 3rd. But Dark is all in. He's going for a bait bust. And Cure has no idea. Otherwise, we would see a bunker. 100%. We would see a bunker behind this, a secondary wall. We'd see a prioritization of Hellion production, which we do have, and an evacuation of the natural, and a wall here even being set up at the main. Bailey's are rolling in. Now Cure knows. He throws down the eBay. Up! Just in time! The eBay barely holds on, and Cure, can he survive? Well, the eBay goes down. The Lings, they flood on in, they get us around as well. The Marine's going to be falling. The Hellion doing what it can, but there's only so much it can do. And Cure, he has been broken. The wall, no longer a wall. And we're busting into the main. Hellions are still in production. Boys are being pulled. And we go straight for that production as well. Dark, he knows that the Hellions are his biggest threat. But there's a Bailey. There's a Bailey rolling in, and oh god! No! It connects! The Hellions arrive, but they get trapped. They get trapped instantly. The Baileys connect, the Hellions go down, and it looks like Dark has done it. He's looking to take a further lead in this series. Camps of production, GG gets called. And Dark will take game number 2. GG. GG, well played. I was concerned when I saw the 3rd base. I was like, Dark, you're crazy. You're being too greedy. And I'm sure Cure was thinking the same thing. Really, the 3rd base was a bait. It was a bait. It was basically like a light, kind of drawing Cure's attention, keeping his attention on the 3rd base. Meanwhile, Dark was amassing Lings, threw down the Bailey nest, cutting drones, all in Bane Bust. And because the Reapers were distracted, they weren't able to scout. They weren't able to scout what was happening. They were shut down. Cure was caught with his pants down. GG. GG, well played. With that, Dark is 1 game away from becoming this week's the final KungFu Cup champion for 2023. 1 more is all he needs. And we're loading on in. Potentially the final game of the series. Here we go. Again, Cure, despite not seeing what was happening, he almost held a very quick reaction to throw down that eBay, as a part of the wall. He almost held on there, but again, he was broken, just barely broken. And now he's up against the wall. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Solaris, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon KZ Gaming, DKZ, leading the series 2-0, 1 game away. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. He needs to fight back here and now to have a chance at even an ace match and a chance at winning this tournament. It is Cure for Team Liquid. And also a special shout out to the man of the hour, Fala Galera, papi, obrigado. Big shout out to Sinistro in the chat. Sinistro being a big name at ESL, a big name when it comes to organizing events, and I'm sure making sure that DreamHack Atlanta went by without any issues or with minimal issues. Thank you so much for all the work you put into StarCraft, papi. Gracias, gracias. Sinistro, of course, one of the head admins at ESL. Of course, was hard at work over the weekend at DreamHack. Thank you, thank you. Gracias, papi, gracias. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed your flight. And welcome home. I'm assuming you're at home. Do you have any else? As we are settling into our next game here. Settling into game 3. Cure, once again, going for a 2-rack... Oh, I say once again. Last game went for a 3-racks opener. This time, 2 racks. 2 racks here from Cure. We shouldn't see a third. This should just be a 2-racks Reaper into a natural. Fala, papi, fala. Ah. Here we go. Now, again, this is very similar to the previous game, but obviously less committed. Once again, these Reapers are designed to contain Dark to 2 bases, to try to punish the third, and to be able to get it into a more economic position after this. Now, because it's only 2 racks, it is a faster transition into Hellion production, and into our follow-up, so Dark shouldn't really have the opportunity to Bane bust his opponent this time. Overlord arrives, confirms the timing of the CC, and is going into the main just to make sure. Just to make sure that there is no third racks. Reaper arrives on the low ground, going to be dancing with these Lings. So far, not killing anything yet, but the Lings are getting quite low. Second Reaper does arrive, first Ling goes down, but the Queen does make it out just in time. The drones! Oh my god, that was so close. A worker almost fell, but we had a clutch spore there. Dark maintains control of his economy, and he's holding onto his natural. At the same time, third base is on the way so far, unscattered by Cure. Again, he's more concerned about getting into that mineral line. He gets 1 drone! Not bad. 1 drone does fall. Behind this, Cure getting into a third CC before Starport. Very economic follow-up here. Getting into his economy, it's going to be 3 CC 2-on-1. And the Reapers, they get into the main. But Dark has gotten away with this third base. Because these Reapers have been so intense on getting economic damage done, it means that the third base was not denied. Link speed kicks in, and now Dark is going for a counterattack. Thankfully, because of the positioning here, because of the base location, the add-ons are safe. You can see Dark, he's looking for those Reapers. And will he find them? Oh! So far, it looks like he will come across the Reapers. Gets us around, will shut them down as well. Very nice scouting there, very nice map presence or even star sense from Dark, eventually coming across those Reapers. With that, Dark has map control, he has a third base, he's droning. What did he really lose? He lost 1 drone. 1 drone, he's aware of the follow-up, he does confirm his stim on the way. And Kira's going to be stuck at home at least until... Ooh, never mind. I was going to say until he gets his medevacs up, but that is a tech lab. Very bold move. This is something that Maru is very fond of. Maru and Cure. I think Beyond has done this a couple of times. Basically, it's a 2-on-1, but with delayed medevacs, and we are going for a Banshee instead. So, the reasoning for this, Dark, he's aware of the 2-on-1, and usually it's medevacs, which means you can skip spores. Usually you can skip spores. Because of that, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for this Banshee to get damage done because it's so unorthodox. It's so out of left field. It is not anticipated, not expected. So this could surprise Dark. Now, what's important is that we're only getting 1. Then we're add-on swapping. Add-on swapping into what looks to be tanks and medevacs. So this will delay the drop, but it could be worth it. Oh, no. Never mind, as the Banshee is revealed to the Lings, which means Dark, he's aware, spores are on the way, and Dark won't take any economic damage, so never mind. Again, Dark immediately investing into those spores now that he's aware of what's going on. Queens are in position. We don't have cloak. There was potential with the Banshee to get damage done, but no longer to be the case here. As we're at least denying creep. Overseer's on the way. We're investing into Link speed. It's going to be Link Bane, not Roaches from Dark. And now Cure is pushing. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so this is a delayed 2-on-1, yes, but because it's delayed, we have a tank. We have a tank with the 2-on-1 push, so there's a little bit more firepower behind this, and maybe Cure can snowball. We do have Banelings on the way, no Baneling speed, Queens are getting in position, the drop has been spotted, and the tank has been revealed. The tank getting in position. Gonna be sieging up here outside that third base. Marines are getting quite a lot of damage done here to the hatchery. And waddling out the Queens. The Lings are coming from behind. The Lings, they collapse on the tank, and the tank should go down to the Queens. Big pick off, which means these Banelings, there's no punish. Again, Dark, he couldn't engage just because of the tank, but now it's been dealt with. The Marines, they do commit, they do go for a big dive. Hot pick up, we do save most of the Marines in the end, but Dark does save his fourth. At the same time, Banshee into the main. Hey, drones are falling. Oh my god. 6 drones go down. The gas mining workers at that. So pretty good damage here from Cure. The creep has been stifled. Drop is coming back in. We can get the base. Dark, he's out of position. He wasn't ready for this, and the base is gonna go down. Very nice pick off there from Cure. He is fighting back. Once again, unloading right outside the base. Dark, I'm sure, expecting this drop to be going back home, so we can come back in. Dark, though, expanding towards the south. Very delayed fourth base here from Dark. He's going to be double expanding. This double drop could potentially get on top of this base as well, but this time, Dark is in position. Ooh, Infestation Bit's on the way. This time we have a Hydrogen, so it looks like Lingbane Hydra Viper from Dark. This could lead into Lurkers, but it isn't necessary. Would just be a more mobile army composition instead. The game is going to be selling from here. Again, Dark just trying to double expand. Cure, he's checking for a fourth. Does get eyes on a drone. But again, this time, Dark is in position. At the same time, we have a push here towards the right-hand side. Dark gets eyes on it, going for a counterattack instead. We do have units in position, though. Really good SimCity as well. Get on top of the CC. Up! Is it going to go down? Do force a cancel. Cancel the fourth base. We bust into the natural. Oh my, this is getting more damage than it should have. The Baneling. Big connection. SCVs are going down. 9 workers in total. Burrow not quite done yet. The Lings will be cleaned up at the same time. Curie's pushing. He's once again threatening the fourth base of Dark. And again, a good tank positioning behind this as well. Dark still keeping units here towards the north. Reinforcements are on the way. Yes, Curie's still going to commit. Dark just posturing with his army. Trying to force out and bait out another stim. Curie coming back in with that northern drop. Again, Darky's waiting for it. He's diving in. Oof. A bit of an overextension here from Dark. Hydras have arrived. This space is getting very low. Yeah, scan reveals the Lingbane. Cure doesn't commit, but this hatchery, oh my god, it's taking so much damage. We do take down a medevac. Full medevac barely does escape. And again, Dark, he can't really collapse in this position. There are just too many tanks, and Cure is reinforcing. Cure, he's in the driver's seat. Can Dark keep up? There we go. He commits. He gets on top of the tanks. He will clean this up at the same time, though. Cure is pushing towards the 5th. Jumping into the main. Medevac is going to be dealt with. Oh. Dark, he does have to reposition. A massive amount of Marines and Widow Mines. Good bailing connections, though. Very good bailing connections, even forcing a bit of friendly fire towards the end. And Dark holds. Dark, he holds onto his 4th and his 5th base, and Cure was so committed with this. Remember, he wouldn't have been, but he lost his 4th earlier to the run-by. He's just now taking a 4th base. And Dark, he's weathered the storm. This was a very tense moment. This was a very tense moment here where he was trying to defend on 2 locations at once, and he did. He pulled it off, rocks the knockdown, and now Dark, he can focus all of his attention here on the front lines. Oh, the Widowmines! Up! Oh, decent Widowmine connections. But they are cleaned up. And you can see Dark, he's getting ready for his own counterattack. And what do we have at home to defense? Again, I love the SimCity here. Like, this tank, it's so cozy. It's behind the wall of depots. Tried to draw attention to it earlier. But a very nice tank. But it's only one tank. That's the problem. Widowmine going to be going off. Decent connection. At the same time, Cure pushing towards the south. There are Lings. Where are the Bailings? Uh-oh. Where are the Bailings? As the Widowmines are pushing in, trying to force a friendly fire. Big chunk of Lings go down. At the same time, Cure breaking through towards the north. Dark out of position. He's distracted by this drop. Oh my god, the splits! The power bombs. I can't. Every medevac survives. And now Cure is pushing for the Bailings. They roll in. They do roll in. They ignore the Marauders going straight for the Marines. I'll pick up there from Cure. But Dark, once again, he's holding on. He's surviving. Medevacs barely do make it out. Cure getting his 4th up and running as well. Economically, Cure is back in this. He was in a really rough position earlier. But he is back in this. Tech-wise, Dark hasn't really gone any further. To be a little bit critical here, his upgrades were a little bit lacking. 3-3 was a little bit delayed. +3 armor, or carapace, is finishing up now. Do we have Adrenal? We do. But against this very aggressive style here from Cure, early Link Bane. Decent Baneling connections though, and another power bomb. We take down the medevac. So what am I? Nice splits towards the end as well. Very nice handling here of this army. Darky cleans this up. And Cure, he's still committed. Thankfully, there is a planetary behind this, but Darky's going for a massive counterattack. Can he deal with that tank? Yes, he does push himself in. Tank is going to go down at the same time. A bit of a pseudo base trade. Curie's just sending it across the map. Darky will kill this 3rd base. He's breaking into the natural at the same time. Curie's committed. But Dark has the advantage. He has the supply on his side. He's getting into the main base, getting in towards that production. Power bombs are thrown down. Cure not slowing down either, but that's a lot of Bailings. The Bailings, they're finished. They roll in. They will force a pick up. Not the best connections, but with reinforcements, Cure, he is dealt with. He's forced back, and back at home, he's lost so much. The natural, the 4th base, the upgrades, the E-base are going to be going down as well. 3-3 will not finish, not for Cure. And even if he holds onto the main, it's not going to be enough, and he can barely hold onto the main base as well. The Hydras, they're putting in some work. They're getting so much damage done. GG gets called, and Dark will snowball out of control, takes the game, takes the series 3-0, and Dark is this week's final Kung Fu Cup champion. GG. GG, the final Kung Fu Cup of the year of 2023 goes the way of Dark. Congratulations. Again, coming into this, Dark was the favorite player against Cure. Cure has been struggling here against Dark for the past month or so, or even more than that. I was hoping we could get a more back and forth here, but no, Dark still looking dominant and was able to bring him down. As I mentioned before, Cure, he has really good TVT and TVP. Arguably the best Terran versus Terran in Korea, and also arguably the best Terran versus Protoss in Korea as well. But this is where he is quite vulnerable here, and Terran versus Zerg is still the weakness of Cure, and still something that Dark can take advantage of. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Dark as he does take down Cure 3-0. And that was our final Kung Fu Cup. Our final Kung Fu Cup of the year, and it's going to be a while until we get another one. The reason why I say that, for those who are maybe unaware, the name of this tournament isn't just Kung Fu Cup, it's WTL 2023 Winter Kung Fu Cup. What does that mean? It means that Kung Fu Cup is a seasonal tournament that comes with the seasons of World Team League. And we are wrapping up with World Team League. Round 11 is the final round. The final round of the round robin stage. So this is the final week of World Team League. when this wraps up, the playoffs. And during the playoffs, we do not have KungFu Cup. So there's going to be a bit of a hiatus between now and the next KungFu Cup because of the playoffs and also the season break, and then the summer season of WTL 2024. Assuming that we have it. It hasn't been confirmed, but WTL has been quite successful, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do get another season next year. I'm pretty reliant on, I'm actually pretty certain of it, but you know, it hasn't been confirmed, so you know, I can't make assumptions like that. But most likely it's going to be coming back next year, and when it does, then KungFu Cup returns as well. So again, KungFu Cup comes alongside World Team League, so look forward to it next year. Look forward to it next year. Regardless, GG, congratulations. Congratulations. Catching up in the chat. Oh, there's some Portuguese, some Brazilian in the chat. Let's go. All I know, fala papi. I see that my advices for you to take a rest have taken no effect. I don't know if you saw Sinister, but I actually casted every region of ESL Open Cup Asia yesterday. I casted Americas, Asia, and Europa. All three, papi, all three. But to be fair, it is only because there was very limited coverage. Because a lot of the English casters were traveling because they were at DreamHack Atlanta. There was very few coverage on the event. So I was like, screw it, I'll stay up. I'll do it all, papi. I'll do it all, and we did, and we survived. We survived, papi. We survived. Hope you'll have had fun with Atlanta 2023. I surely did my fair share of fun at the event. Let's go, let's go. Hope you had a great time. What do you mean? I think he slept in today instead of doing a ladder stream, and he didn't stream it. What? I've been, what? Yesterday I was live for like 13, 14 hours. What are you, why are you lying in the chat? Yesterday was the marathon, Bobby. It was ESL Asia, Europe, and Americas. Shaking, man. Shaking, man. But we should have a day off soon. We should have a day off. I mentioned before, I think our first day off in a long time. When was our last day off? December 1st. December 1st. Is going to be December 24th. I think Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. You're Brazil? Yes, Sinistro is from Brazil. From Brazil. Monday? We cast ESL Open Cups on Tuesday here. We cast ESL Open Cups on Tuesday. But what have you done for us lately? True. Regardless, GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If you are interested in our next broadcast, I believe that is going to be in 1.5 hours. I was about to say tomorrow. In 1.5 hours, we are going to be back. We're going to be back here with the House Open Cup. If you're wondering, the hell is the House Open Cup? That's... sorry, House Open Cup. That is a Polish-only tournament. So again, if you're interested in players like Spirits, like a Laser, like Rodzin, Papi, Cristiano, Geralt, the best players in all of Poland, we are going to be live here once again in 1 hour and 30 minutes. That means I have a little bit of time to get some food, get some rest, and then we'll be back casting some more StarCraft action. Here we go. So again, we're going to be live in 1.5 hours. After that, we're going to be live with WTL World Team League in just under 24 hours. I mentioned before that KungFu Cup, it comes with the season of WTL, and the final week of the round robin stage of WTL is starting tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days straight of WTL action. We got you covered. We got you covered with all of that. So yeah, again, plenty of StarCraft going on over the weekend. We have KSL, we have GPO. I mentioned before, we may take Sunday off. Sorry, it looks like Sunday there's no WTL, so it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday for WTL. Not Sunday, not Sunday. Which means we can take Sunday off, or we can have a replay cast of Home Straight Cup. Tempting, tempting. We'll see what happens. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for the support. We appreciate it. If you want to follow us, ! socials in the chat. Where you can follow us. Follow us now. It's Thursday now. Yes, it is Thursday here in Australia. Tis Thursday. So yeah, with that, thanks for watching, everyone. You can follow us on all the social medias. Otherwise, we will see you guys in 1.5 hours for our next tournament for the House Open Cup. Again, a big shout out to Sinistro, Papi to Sinistro, and everyone else as well. Thank you. We'll see you guys then in a couple of hours. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later on tonight, technically, or tomorrow for some WTL action. Until then, hasta luego. Again, a big shout out to Dark, a shout out to Cure as well for getting second place, shout out to Clem and MaxFax for reaching the semifinals, and if you only tune in for KungFu Cup, we'll see you guys next year for more KungFu Cup action. Otherwise, have a great holiday, or enjoy your holidays, enjoy the end of year, enjoy Christmas, enjoy New Year's. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego. Bye. Hasta luego.